I'm Sisyphus against your fist. I'm hanging on to the precipice of a summer, of a wanting more than this. I'm Kelly. You are collecting calla lilies and saying they're your mom's favorite. I think that's perfect. Michael drives me to the airport and gives me a bag that simply says Henry. And now I believe all bags should be having the names of dead kings. I think that's perfect. Honestly, I need to learn to leave before it's too late. I should have left hours ago, but I got comfortable here with the memory of myself. Oh, we're so good together. We're so good. I'm sorry, I'm running late. I would also carry a bag that said marbles or jalapeno poppers or, I don't know, Peter and Paul, the saints. How come I never take good pictures of the moon? The moon texts me that she hates the photo that I posted of her last night. Take it down. I apologize to the moon, and I say I'll be a better friend. I'll capture your better angles in the digital age. The thing is, I don't spend a lot of time looking up and filling down. I just wanted to post a picture and let everyone know that we are friends. We never have any fun unless we take pictures. I never know if we had fun if we don't take pictures. I really wish there was a picture of the time I walked up the stairs to say goodnight and instead crawled into bed next to you. And you said, please shut up, I am kissing you. There is a part of the night that seems to be like a swinging light bulb. It's the moon. There's something about hearing Anna say, I love you, or the way Aeon looks back and says, text me when you're home safe, or when you close the door, but you know someone is waiting for you to get home. Safety, praying for your safety, how they want to feel your heart so close to theirs. A text says, are you already gone? Wait, I want to give you a hug. Hug is such a sweet reduction of the embrace of the way we are naturally born to hang on, to hold on. Lish tells me to stop and look up at the moon. Let's find it. Look, look, look. Is it almost full? Almost. Is it beautiful? Absolutely. I want to be the moon. Incomplete and yet considered enough, and even rapturous. Jeff has a sweet tooth, and we stand watching runners gather under a hot sun on 28th Street, lapping caramel crunch, sticky sweet cream, sliding down waffle cone. A man in a dashiki sings Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it sounds so good. I say, it sounds like the real thing, and Jeff says, almost, but it's actually in key. I laugh. My belly feels so full. A woman with a soft smile says, baby, is that overpriced ice cream any good? I say, yes, but I made him pay for it. She said, well, baby, you should have done got 3 scoops, you goof. Well, I walk the long way to 7-Eleven on Howard for no other reason but to know I can, and I will, to feel my body move, and then I sit in the dell with my thoughts and recall how yesterday I could only recall my regrets. Not this joy. I walk under the canopy of shade and emerge in the bright sunlight. I am pure and I am capable. Oh, I'm capable because my belly is so full of you, of the moon, of my hands full of you, hanging and holding on. Big gulp full of wildflowers. Mucus-colored and salmon taffeta off-shoulder, condensed milk over ice and espresso, a bruise of plums in the backseat of Toyota, a keloid of quarters bunched in polyester, horchata slurped, getting a fade, a wake of vultures devouring the past in a parking lot, a braid of buckwheat on burnt chambray, the giggle of dust in a cul-de-sac, the hymnal of the ice cream truck, rubber on blacktop, pointless rumination of a decade being distracted. The balm of sobriety, the grace of the mundane, tahini and dates are congregating at the bottom of the pool, roses sleeping on a blanket of grass, Pomeranian in the driver's seat of the baby blue guns, guns, I'm thinking about guns. I'm thinking about guns and loss and humidity, exhausting, and the pain permeates and takes us to space. The police ask me if I saw anything or anyone that seems unfamiliar or strange, and I just say, there were 7 gunshots. The kid said, wait, is that real? Before they all began to run and scream. My legs don't stop moving until I'm back at the 7-Eleven, and a man says to Keith, yeah, you heard it too? He said, damn, I saw it. The slurpee machine had a sign on it saying it will work soon. A broken nation will work soon. It used to be a once great thing, now just this obsolete old machine will work soon. I used to be in your MySpace top 8, and now I'm aging irrelevant, hoping the state-run hospice has good bingo. I'm thinking about how people thought we'll be here forever aren't anymore. Nothing is forever. I saved this Word document as forever, knowing one day I will never open it again, knowing full well that the apocalypse will delete the Earth's circuitry and cache, but for now, cyberspace is an attempt at immortality. Keith holds the door open and says, Kelly, I ain't seen you in a while. I said, well, I got COVID. And he says, well, just glad you ain't died. One more day on Earth together. It's easy to think about love when it hurts. It's the sort of shit that passes the time, you know. I came to this document to say that I wish I were 2 eels fucking slowly, actually. I wish I could embody the charm of a porch light. Or that I wish I could donate my organs to the 10 men of the world so they can feel and I can have a day off. But now I'm off on some other shit again. There we go. Scientists for a long time had no idea how eels reproduce. Me, a scientist. They exist, so maybe they fuck. Eels don't give a fuck about mankind's voyeurism or the biblical need to not mind their business. Eels existed during the flood and after the fires, writhing into consciousness, hungry and alive and unaware of the folly of gods and men and monsters and mice. I enjoy the idea of existence being unrelated to how and when and where you fuck, but simply that in the throes of this oblivion, you became. Krishna, 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 Krishna asks, can we go out into the storm, Kelly? I say nobody. There's thunder and there's lightning. Krishna, Krishna, come on, buddy. He says, well, if you take my hand, we can do anything, just like when we cross the road. There's a part of me that wants to tell him about the perilous roads ahead, where I won't be able to hold his hand, but instead, I tell him, I guess, buddy, grab your coat. We stand in the yard under an old oak, and he yells, I am stronger than the storm. I am so strong. I am not afraid. Is Mother Nature copying me? Mother Nature is copying me. I am not afraid. I want to explain that his body is of water, created in this image of something greater and greater and great. And I too, though, am now shouting at the sky, because I want to fight too. Mother Nature, are you copying me? Are you copying me? I'm not afraid, Mother Nature. Hubris in a child is endearing, but I think of what it looks like on the mature, and it's men obliterated on leagues beneath the sea. It's people who think they own rivers and lightning, and they'll bottle it and sell it to you as salvation. Grateful that on earth to suffer is to be blessed because you're alive right now. It makes no sense when it hurts, and yet I think it's true. When it's raining, I want the sun. When there's food to eat, I want something else. I live in the past. The present hits different. No, I can't complain. But today, I woke up and I saw this cerulean slice of sky from bed. And I got things to do so simple, but they're mine. And I'm making sorrel because it reminds me of Sad Sammy. And I found parking last night, so life feels kind of easy. Been playing a long game of chase, my legs hurt. Sip lychee juice, and kimchi tastes so crisp sweet. Love when it rains. And we say, we knew this. Did you eat enough? Love when you say, have the last bite. Let's have dessert. Smile now so bright. I'll miss us when we're gone.